is Life with Tray Jea. I'm Jeanelle, which is Jay. And we are excited to be here with you all. So what is Life with Tray Jea about?
Jeanelle and I spoke about it and realized that we both had the same ideas, the same thoughts, the same concepts, and
same
then
desires,
just really like God has really placed this on our heart. And so in having that conversation, it was just like, all right, well, let's do this together. So that's how we got here, Life with Tray Jea, and just really being able to talk about the gospel and talk about our love for Christ, just being, natural beauties.
From Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. And just really like showing life and feet and faith and how that looks.
Right. The way Trey and I interact is like as if we've known each other for years, but we just technically met, is it July 2015? Yeah. So we met because we were in a program together called Momentum Education. Definitely something that we would, I guess, talk about a little later, but it was a transformational time for us. So with Trey, I think I sat right next to her the first day, and I forgot what I said to her, but we were laughing and giggling in the back. And then we've been cool ever since. When we got cooler was at the end, the last day of this program, she came up to me and she was all crying. And she was like,
remember this.
how you don't remember this?
The way she talks about this story, I really don't remember.
She was like, she came up to me. I don't know if you held my hand, but you were like, Jeanelle, I want to learn more about the Bible. I want to pray. You don't remember that?
No.
So it's true. I want to pray. I want to learn more about the Bible. Would you help me? And I was like, most definitely.
Dang, that's mad vulnerable.
I respected it. And I thought it was awesome because most people don't say, I want to do this. And so I invited her to my church, and we've been like tight.
Yeah.
How was your first day at the church, though? What was your...
So first of all...
I missed the part?
You missed the part. So Jeanelle calls me her purpose partner.
Yeah.
Right? Like, aren't we cute? But anyway, so this story happened. I don't really remember it that way because I wasn't clear on my faith walk per se, because I was born and raised Catholic. And so through this workshop, we were able to kind of write out something to ourselves that we would end up doing. And in that, I was like, all right, well, I want to do Bible study, all those things. And then you just, to me, seemed like this extremely religious person. And I was like,
I hate that, but whatever.
But I ain't rocking with it. So that's why when you say this story, I'm like, dang, I must have really seen that. And that's great. I was like, oh, I'm looking for a church because I realized that where I was going wasn't necessarily growing me. It wasn't doing anything for me. I would go to church and I would fall asleep and whatever. It was nothing. So I was like, I'm going to go to church just to say I went to church. So I went to church.
Just say I went to church.
Right. I went to, Jeanelle invited me and I was like, I don't really know.
Because since I'm so religious.
Because she mad religious,
I was like the nun up here with the
that's
the
what
fabric up to here and down to my ankles.
In my head, even though you weren't dressed that way, in my head that's what it was. So I was like, whatever, no, I ain't going to your church. And then you kept inviting me. I was like, all right, I'm going to just go. I went for Thanksgiving, and I have never stopped going.
And that was
2015. Yes, November 2015.
So what did you think you were going to get into? And what was your perception when you got there?
Nah, that was mad real. I walked in wondering, where's the pew?
The priest.
And the priest, I was like, "Where's the white collar,
the black button-down shirt?"
I need to see something similar. Where's Mary? Where's Jesus? Where's the cross? Where's all these things that I'm used to? Even the stained glass. I was like, "Where's all that stuff?" I walked in, and Ty, who shout out to Pastor
Brandon.
B. I like to say Brandon in front of people, but I call him Pastor B. So shout out to Pastor B and Ty. But yes. So she was the first person that walked up to me, and obviously I only knew you. So I'm like,
who's this lady?
Why is she coming up to me? And she was like, hey girl. And so I was like, all right, cool. I saw her, I saw him. I was like, how? Jeanelle, where do you have me? This is not right. How old is he? How is he running a church? Is this a church? We're in a lounge or hall.
Literally,
or something.
we're in a lounge, a place where people party.
Yeah. And But that's the beauty of the gospel.
The point is, like, she didn't expect it to look that way, and I think that's the case for most people. I think a lot of people, when they hear God in church, they think of all these different stereotypes, and some of it is true, but some of it isn't. And she was able to experience that for herself. That like the pastor was cool. He was wearing what J's or he doesn't wear J's, but you know
he had Chucks on. I remember it like it was yesterday. He had Chucks on. It was like black leather Chucks, like fitted jeans.
She remembers everything.
A hoodie with a denim jacket over it, and then when he was leaving, he put a hat on. And I was like, "Yo, my man got a baseball cap. Like he got a fitted. Like what is happening?"
But the point is, it was relatable, right?
Yeah.
And so you felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And you
his hello was really relatable. Like he was just. It wasn't even like, "Hey." You know how sometimes people, and this is gonna sound crazy, but you know how hey sister,
oh yeah,
how are you?
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, hey, how are? I was like,
just chill.
Hi, hello, sir. That's cool.
So you know, Trey, you were talking about how your perception of God and me and church was like off.
Mm-hmm. It was very different.
It was
than what it is now.
Right. Yeah. And so like for me, it took me a long time to fully accept God because like I grew up in church at least starting at like 6 or 7 years old, and like you, I went to Catholic church, and then I started going to this mega church that was a non-denominational church. But it wasn't until I was like 25, for all those years of being around that environment, being in relationship with God, when I had to like fully accept him, because for a long time I just didn't think that I could be myself.
What does that mean? Like, so I didn't fully accept him.
I didn't want to like go all in. So for example, like if you and I have a relationship and I'm just like mad surface and not fully like showing you who I am and accepting you for who you are, that's what I mean fully accept. But for a long time I wouldn't do it because I just felt like I couldn't be myself. I felt like being Christian was real black and white and boring. So I definitely can relate to how you thought, like mad, like, oh, you have to be this certain way. You got to be like, you know.
And that's something that we're definitely going to talk about within this Life with Tray and James, because legalism is mad real. Like that's that whole concept, that whole phrase, girl, Google it, okay? Like it is a whole lot of stuff that goes along with it. When I walked in, I was just like, it's supposed to look a certain way. Right. And the fact that it didn't look that way confused me at first. I was just like, so how exactly am I supposed to accept this? I didn't know that God was so big to be able to get into everything. Like that part I didn't quite understand.
Meaning everything, maybe like your culture.
Like my whole life.
How you live your life.
Like down to, everything.
Right. So you mentioned the word legalism. We're going to talk about what that is. So really quickly, and we can like talk about that because there's so much to it, but legalism is doing like just the mundane thing, doing the things that has and it gives you no connection to God. So you're just doing things. So for example, some people think that, wearing big clothes and like, I don't know, skirts down to the floor and a shirt up to your chin, covering yourself up makes you closer to God or more holy. Or like going to church, but like not having that relationship with God, spending time with God, understanding his word, reading his word.
Church as a routine.
Right. Like and people always say like just because you're in a parking lot doesn't mean you're a car. Like you ever heard something like that? That's a good example as to what. But
can we get back to long skirts and turtlenecks? I hate. Okay, let me tell you.
And no makeup, no jewelry, like we gotta be ourselves.
I ain't about that life. No.
Like I like our big hair. Yes. Some people don't do that. Like, God is not gonna be okay with that because it's blonde and loud. Like my hair is big and loud. But I think that God is okay with it. 2 cuts on the side trying to So anyway, like we believe that God made you on purpose. You decided to, you're beautiful where you are on purpose, how you are on purpose, and he wants to use that. And so I believe he wants to use the things that he's given us. Like we're not having our boobs out, but we're covered up in a tasteful way, but still, the way we want to dress, like fashionably.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's cool. So, like, the Bible is super important in a Christian's life, right?
Scripture is extremely, extremely, extremely important.
Like, it governs our lives, right?
I can't even stress how important it is to be in your word, like, for real, for real. So, one of the other reasons that I'm excited about, if you already know, I'm mad excited about all of this. But one of the other reasons that I'm excited about this is that we are able to like take the word and put it out there for you to see what it looks like with her and I just moving. Her and I moving between one another. Her and I moving between other people. Her and I relationship with God. Like, what does that really look like? How do we foster our relationships in general? So it's really exciting for us to be able to say, like, yo, in Exodus on, chapter blank, verse blank, it was this, and this is what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
When I was really going through it, I really had to reference that. Or
I really had to pray because I was going to do things something that I wouldn't.
And it says in Ecclesiastes 5, verse something, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. So it's like, all right.
All right, God, I won't.
I don't know if y'all seen this meme. Did you see the meme? I sent it to you. The meme with the girl was like trying to throw a brick. It was the girl, and God was behind her trying to like chokehold her, and she's like throwing a brick. The
holding
brick
her back.
Yeah, like because she's trying to throw something petty, and it's like, yo, we be out here feeding to throw something petty sometimes, and it's like, yo, in your word it says, bro, like sit down on that, like chill on that.
X, Y,
but it's like, yo, but I just really wanna go at Shorty and be like, yo,
that was me a couple weeks ago.
What's the problem? Seriously. You know what I mean? Like, why you out here got me in group chats? You know what I mean? Like, all that.
That was a personal shout.
You saw me, I was like, all right.
Group chat, that was very specific.
Something we're gonna learn about,
So, it makes me nervous, but I'm doing it anyway, opening up my whole life. Well, not my whole life. We're opening up our lives to, the audience. I have a boyfriend. That in itself, guys, is hard. It's hard for me to
say that
share because of my experiences in the past with guys, and I usually like keep it not on the low, but I don't like put it on Front Street because what if this happens and he cheats or he does this or do that? But I believe this relationship is different, and I believe that we can definitely I think that I can learn, Tracey can learn, you all can learn from it, and so I'm willing to do that, and he's willing to do that.
So you'll also be learning that no, I am not single as a dollar bill because I'm in relationship with Bae, because Jesus is Bae out here. But in terms of do I got a man, like physical man? No, I don't got a man. I'm out here single, with my slices and dices. And like that's me.
And why? And so it's very interesting.
Woo! And why, girl? All right.
Like why? Yeah, there's a whole lot of reasons, but
all that's a bunch of little things that you're gonna learn in general from us in Life with Tray and Jea. So listen, guys, all right, we really want you guys to interact with us and holler at your girls, you know what I mean, and just give us some questions, some comments, some feedback, all that.
And if it's negative, like to the point that like you're just straight hating, I'm not gonna respond.
Now I'm telling y'all, she's thug life.
No,
like,
I'm really not. I'm not thug life. But cause like how some people just like want to. I mean, I'm serious about what I said.
I know.
But
y'all didn't see what she was
some people seriously just want to tear you down. But if you're like curious or you really have a legit concern about something, or if there's something that you want to learn or whatever, we would love to respond.
So yes. So below, right here, it says lifewithtray@gmail.com. So just make sure you hit us up, send us an email. Don't send nothing crazy because Janelle's gonna be like, what's her address? We gonna come through.
No. You gotta make sure you put
in Jesus' name. Because I'm gonna be like, girl,
I'm a firm believer.
Listen,
I'm a firm believer in putting your energy in certain things. I'm not gonna put my energy in that. Right?
You got it.
Listen,
you got it.
There's a lot of things to do in life. Anyway, the point is,
ain't one of them.
Anyway, the point is definitely, we would love for you to contact us. lifewithtrayandjea@gmail.com.
Yes.
Pooh.
All right.
Music is powerful, people.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So, see you on the next episode of
Life with Tray and Jea.